This meeting is being recorded.
What's up, OCBL fans? This is your commissioner, Zico Pepic, here with two very special guests, both MVP candidates, Justin Johnson of Flyballers, Christen Clark of Recognize, both matched up in the finals. Justin, you got a little nod going here right now. You're up 1-0. Christen, you got to step your game up a little bit more, bud, so we could even this series out, extend it a little bit. How you guys doing?
I'm well. I'm blessed.
I'm good.
So are you guys watching the Lakers game by any chance?
I was watching it before I hopped on the call. I think Detroit had went on like a 6-0 run. We had a small lineup. I think this was Schroeder's first game back, if I'm not mistaken. I saw Thomas Bryant out there. Then we had Pat Bev and Nunn. Yeah, three point guards
a small lineup
on the court at the same time. We wasn't getting no rebounds. That was, like
that's like an OCBL lineup.
That's good. They got Schroeder back at least.
Yeah. They're up 4 right now, halftime. Thank God.
Nice.
I was watching the Warriors next game.
Me too. I was watching all of that. We'll keep going back and forth. Again, we're in the finals right now. Justin, you're up 1-0. You want to talk about this game at all? How you feeling about it?
Last game?
Yep.
Last game, we started off slow. The last series too, the first game and the second game. So we got 3 games in a row where we start off slow. So we kind of digging ourselves in the hole. But I mean, we try to climb back into it and just try to be aggressive the whole game. And that's what kind of kept us in the game. Otherwise, we would have just tanked it. So, Christen,
you got into foul trouble really quick to start this game. You had 2, I think, within the first 3 minutes. How do you feel about those? I know you weren't happy with the calls.
Nah, I'm not usually one to complain, that was the first time I've been in foul trouble, the whole season. Like, I'm a pretty disciplined defender. We had some talks after the game. You had some film. I had some film, when you could see like it just very questionable. So it's unfortunate because it led me to not be on the court, for a player like me where my usage rate is like 100%, like max out. I usually don't come off the court at all. So to be out of the game and not be able to influence it like I'm used to. Thankfully, the game was still close. It's not like we started playing bad once I got off the court, but I felt like I could have been that difference maker to, at the minimum, increase our lead and give us some more cushion going into the latter part of the game. So yeah, it definitely was frustrating not being able to be out there to help my team. But at the end of the day, we still had a shot. It was like a 1-possession game, I think, with 3 minutes left. And then it kind of just got out of hand toward the end. Justin started making tough shots when he was messed up with Mark. He had that one move at the top.
Dagger. That's what I said.
3, yeah. That was tough. So, I mean, he's been a tough matchup all season. The first time we played, we both went for 40 plus, and that came down to literally the last possession of the game. I think I was fouled by daylight with like 4 seconds left, and then I made 2 game-winning free throws. So I didn't expect anything different from this game. It's gonna go down to the wire.
You talk about being matched up with Justin, and I've told Justin tons of times now. I've had to guard Westbrook. I've had to guard Collison. I'd rather guard them than Justin Johnson. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone's ever made me look like an idiot more than he has on the court. The footwork, man, is just beautiful. I love watching it. Like I'm having fun now. I had to guard you last series, and now I'm just like, yeah, keep doing it to them. I'll watch that. I'll record that. Get those highlights going and stuff. But total nightmare being on an island with you.
I just hate when you pick me up full court, man. I'm not trying to be pushing the ball up
I
the
know
court.
that's the one thing that bugs you. So
Every possession, he was picking me up full. I'm like, damn, man, trying to get me tired.
you know what? Like when you're in high school and college, that was my role. That's what coach told me to go
Yeah.
do. He's like, get the ball out of their hands, limit the possessions.
Yeah.
You're not going to stop them. You're not going to get it. I don't think I've ever stolen the ball from you or blocked your shot. It's not going to happen. So all I got to do is limit possessions and hope to God you miss.
Honestly, that's all you can do. You know, when you're going against a great player like that, you just hope that they get tired, or you hope you wear them down as much as possible, you know, throughout the course of the game. But trying to stop, yeah, that's tough, especially as great of a ball handler as Justin is, and, you know, just elusive and crafty. Like you said, the footwork, you know, it's tough. It's real tough. But, you know,
That's like the strategy for all the like best offensive players in this league in the season, like Christian. Even last series we played against Vince and Marcus. Like you can't really stop them. You just gotta try to hope to contain them. And so I mean, you just gotta somehow just have a strategy, try to just make it tough.
Christian, I will say this: when we played you guys the first time during the season, we started with 4 guys, and then the 5th guy came at halftime, so we're already down. And we had 5. I think you were killing whoever was guarding you at the time. They're like, Marcus goes, hey, Ezekiel guard Christian. I had like 3 straight possessions, and you just barreled into me, and it hurt. It was one of those like where you made sure it hurt, you know. And I look at my teammates and bro, I'm the oldest motherfucker here. You guys want me to? No, switch. I'm done. I'm good. I don't need that, man. I don't need that. I'm too old for that now.
that's funny. Yeah, those players are probably in transition, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That full head of steam.
Yep. That was when I started calling you Brahma Bull.
Mm.
Yeah, I say probably you and Matt Scott probably the best like transition, like attacking. Shoot, even
yeah.
I mean Vito on your team is a good transition
Mm.
attack player too. So I would say y'all 3, as far as like size. I mean, you got Mark on your team. He's just speed. You know, but y'all got speed and size, so that makes it hard to guard.
Yeah, Matt was definitely getting to the bucket last series. So our game plan, once we saw that, was definitely like just daring him to shoot. A lot of teams are playing zone, but we've been staying in our man. You know, we're pretty confident in like our man-to-man defense, but I think we definitely got to improve on our help D, especially in this series. So, you know, we got some defensive adjustments that we're gonna make for this next game. You know, y'all had what, 61 points, and you had 40 of them. So, hey, I mean, unless you have another 40-point game, we're gonna make it tough. We're gonna make them other guys beat us. That's for sure. So,
Well, with the amount of 40-point games he's had this season, don't set yourself up for it, man.
hey, I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what we averaging like team wise. Like, I don't know what our highest score. I don't know if we score in like the 70s or the 80s. But I think it was like the second quarter. It was like the free throw possession, and it was like 30-30 in the second quarter. I was like, that's a low scoring game. So we was definitely trying to. Both of our teams definitely trying to like play good defense because we wasn't really scoring like that.
Yeah, definitely defensive matchup for sure. I know y'all be practicing. That's what I heard. I heard y'all be practicing, you know, getting together. So
They always do this, Christian. This group has always done it. They practice together. They play together. They've been doing it for as long as I can remember.
This is actually the first year we like really practiced, like got together. Like all those years with the Muslim League, like we just showed up. But this time, because we ended the season 2-7, lost our last 4 games. It was like, man, we got to do some type of change. You can't just keep showing up losing. So.
By the way, Justin, your team's highest scoring game this season was 93 points, and it just so happened to be against Recognize when you guys lost 94-93.
Mm-hmm.
every other game was like you had one 88-point game, but everything else was low 70s and lower.
Yeah. So we hit or miss when it comes to offense, but
Yeah, but you guys' efficiency is what keeps you guys in those games. You guys limit possessions. You guys make sure you make the right play. Every time down the court, it's a good shot. And I don't think most teams can actually say that. Every time down the court, you guys are making sure it's a good shot.
I mean, shit, we have to. Sometimes we only have like 5 guys. It's like the beginning of the season, we was trying to run. But I told Dom, like, bro, we got 5 guys showing up to the game. We can't be running. We already older. We trying to run fast break every possession. We just gonna tire out by the 4th quarter. So
That's what we try to do. We try to speed up the game.
but y'all got subs though. That's the thing. Y'all got multiple guards too. Like it'd be
honestly,
really
a lot of the games during the season we only have 5. Like, but it's just like players like me, Mark. Like we'll play the whole game. Few games we only have 5 where Mahmoud, our team manager, he had a play.
Yeah.
And he will be our 5th. So, regardless, we're trying to run and gun, but that's where a lot of our offense comes from too, even if it's hitting threes in transition. But I would say, like, in that last game, I didn't notice, like, every time down, y'all trying to get an efficient shot, and y'all don't really turn over the ball that much. It's not in that first game. So, when you're not forcing turnovers and you're taking care of the ball, you're limiting fast break opportunities. So, yeah, y'all play well, man. It was like you said, it was a low scoring game. It was a defensive game. I thought it was a good battle. I think the final score was like 50-61, maybe like 11, 12-point game, but it wasn't like a 11 to 12-point game victory in my eyes. I think y'all got away like in the last minute or so, but I'm curious how you felt. I mean, of course, it's in your favor. You got the W, but I'm curious how you felt that officiating was in the first game.
I mean, I would say in the beginning, I mean, you got in foul trouble. I think Chima on your team got some fouls. So, and then the second half, y'all got to the line pretty well in the second half, I would say. I say Vito got to the line a lot. Chima got to the line. But y'all play like multiple styles. Like y'all shoot the 3, y'all get in the paint. So it really is hard to judge on if y'all really getting foul calls or not. You know what I mean? Because y'all shot a lot of 3s as well. So
I will interject with this, and me just watching. One thing I've noticed, and I will admit that our league has become a guard dominant league. The guards in our league get way more fouls called than the bigs, and I've seen it's been a trend that the big guys every night, and Dom is one of them. I think Dom gets fouled a lot and doesn't get the calls because he plays physical and he uses his body, and refs look at him as, like, example, if I switch to Dom, they're not going to give it to him. It's, oh, you're bigger than him, you should score over him.
yeah.
And guys like Dom, Marcus, Christian, Joey too, the bigger, longer guys have seen a little Ichima, have seen a little less love than the guards this season. But at the same time, guards being as crafty as they are, I think, Justin, I know you're one of the leaders in free throws. There's a couple other guards in the league that were, what's his name? Dwayne Lee was one of the leaders in free throws as well. It's those crafty guards that can shift and make those moves. You guys bait guys into reaching, so at the end of the night, it's going to look a certain way, but the reality is you guys are going to get those calls anyway because guys get sucked into reaching. Body contact and reaching is going to be called differently. And I think that's been the biggest, thing I've noticed in terms of officiating this season, because it's been consistent, right, Christian? Like you felt like you've been hit. Dom, I know, felt like he's been hit a lot. and you won't get those calls, but Mark gets bumped on a play and falls, and he's going to get that call. And Justin, and even me, like I got a lot of calls like that too. Guys just bumping, reaching. I'm going to get those calls. So
Yeah, I mean, especially someone who like me, like I'll shoot the mid range for sure, or even shoot the three when I'm open. But like my bread and butter, I'm gonna go and attack the basket. So someone like me who attacks as often as I do, yeah, I get hit a lot. Do I always get the call? No, but I won't complain as much if I'm not getting the call versus like if my teammates are getting hit and they're not getting their calls, but then they're calling fouls on, like, for example, Chima. That's where it gets frustrating, because then it's like, man, like y'all seem to not see anything when we going attacking the basket, but my boy out here just moving his body and sliding his feet, y'all want to, call the foul. So that's where it's frustrating. But, I've always been the type of player where like you only could control so much, mostly like just your effort in the game and like how you play, minimizing mistakes. So things like officiating and refs, you can't really control that. So I try not to put too much energy in it.
What
Except
was the foul? Do y'all know the foul count the last game?
I can check it out right now. I have it
yeah,
right
keep
here.
track of that. And I don't even think it was necessarily. I'm not even complaining about the foul count per se. It was just like just the
19-19 for both teams.
Yeah, I'm not even saying like they got fouls more than me. It's just like the timeliness of the fouls. Like it was a couple fouls where I feel like they just weren't fouls. And then because they called it, now it's turning into free throws.
Yeah.
Or it's
What
keeping me out.
was the count?
19-19 for both teams.
19?
Yeah. No, that's why I said, like, again, this is why I meant like guard league, like Vito. Vito is, a shifty player. He got those calls at the end. I think those calls are all in the NBA. It happens. Same thing happens. Like you watch, Steph Curry. He's going to get more fouls called than Joel Embiid will. It's completely different type of games, but the more physical guys, they tend to get less calls, and I think that's normal. And sometimes I know it sucks for the big guys. The only time I get mad is when I will see a player intentionally hurt someone, like intent. Like then it's like you're trying to take my big man out. Like that's not cool. And like that's the only time like I will get upset and defend my players. But I think I told Marcus multiple times, you're not going to get it. Don't complain. Just hoop, man. Play through it. But when I saw guys do things they shouldn't, to try and get them out of the game, then I wasn't happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to transition into something else. This is a curious question, since you guys are the two teams that are the first team to get into our finals for this league. Aside from your own teams, which team were you surprised most didn't get to the finals?
Oh, Happy Hoopers.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the number one team. But they only lost one game in the season.
They were 91.
They seem stacked to me, like all positions, and I feel like they had like good chemistry. They had solid guys who just played together. They was moving the ball. They played solid defense. So, but I think when Christian's team won that first game, I felt like they was gonna lose the series because I saw that game. It was close. Like they won at the end of the first game. But I think it's just the style that Christian team play with and how they was able to defend Happy Hoopers. It was different than any other team that played against Happy Hoopers during the season. So
yeah, they matched length to length and power with power pretty well.
So yeah, I would say Happy Hoopers.
Christian?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if they were playing any other team besides us, in that second round, I'd definitely be shocked. But there's up against us. I'm not gonna say, oh, I was shocked that we beat them, because we was ready for them. I think that they did have great size and length, and then they had shooting. I can't remember his name, but number 23, he was super well. That
Anthony.
second Anthony, yeah, he was like coming off screen, fadeaway threes, like cash. If he was shooting like that in that first game, probably would have been a different series. Also, I know that they didn't have Greg.
Greg in the second game, correct. And Michael Van Wyck throughout the series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
they didn't have Greg that game? Or?
yeah, I heard
Second game, yeah. Greg got called up to a Mexican professional team.
Mm-hmm.
So he left. Congrats to him. Happy for you, Greg.
Yeah. So yeah, but I felt like even when we played them the first time, we only had 5, and Mahmoud was our 4th. I mean, Mahmoud was our 5th that game, and it was still pretty close the whole game. So in my eyes, I was like, once we got a full team, I like our chances. Their consistent scorer was like Matt getting to the basket, Anthony, and then Greg that first game. And then they had guys trying to post us up, but we could just stay solid in the post and play D. We was using our speed to our advantage. We was getting a lot of buckets in transition in that game too. And I know they had older guys too that probably didn't want to run up and down as often as we did. So, and I also liked you guys' team, honestly. Zico, like Marcus had like 3 or 2 big 40-point games. And then y'all had Vince. I felt like y'all had a nice balance of inside, outside as far as like interior scoring and then defense and then shooting. But, that's another team that
shooting was the rough part for us, unfortunately. We had a lot of guys injured, me being one of them, missed multiple games in the season. And then Hattie coming back from not playing for a long while, Kamarley being a little injured. We never really actually had a chance to gel. Vince was actually great. I actually think that the last game we played against you, Justin, was where we finally started like clicking and, getting along with each other. And we after we lost, we weren't even mad. It was like, oh, we finally kind of figured something out. Like we know what we got to move on to. So
he came toward the latter part of the season too. So
yeah,
if y'all had more time to build that chemistry.
Yeah. So Vito for you guys too. Vito came in and it clicked.
That's what we needed. Yeah, I definitely that was a great pickup for us. Initially, we were gonna pick up
Marcus Bell.
Yeah, another Marcus. Which, probably that would have been a nice size, but I think Vito was the better pickup just to have another ball handler, like take some pressure off of me as far as like having to do a lot of the scoring. And he like another player to be able to facilitate. Cause like I feel like I score easier with him on the court because he demands more attention and then he's unselfish too. And then I cut to the basket, boom, nice pass. So he is definitely a great pickup and he can shoot outside and score inside. So yeah, Vito is a great pickup for us.
So speaking of picking up players, obviously this season has ended for most of the teams. And every other team is now looking on to the winter season, which I will be announcing dates and everything shortly. But it's funny because like just me being commish, like I have like all like the inside drop of like who's doing what, and a number of teams are like reshuffling big time. So I'm gonna ask you guys this. This is kind of that recruitment opportunity for both of you. Who's one of the guys in the league on another team that you would love to pick up and play on your team next season?
Assuming that like our team stayed the same.
Yeah, like let's just say you drop, or well, I mean, for both of your cases, I think you guys only have 7 guys. So who's your next 8th next season?
I would say for me, I mean, I agree with Christian as far as having another ball handler to relieve pressure. I mean, for my team, Daylight was a little bit injured pretty much most of the season, so he wasn't able to take on that role as much. So I think for my team would be another ball handler. I mean, if I could still mark off of Christian's team, I would take him. But um,
Actually train with him tomorrow. Get some work in.
yeah,
He's gonna make sure he gets in his ear. You're not going to Justin's team next season.
I would get a shooter off of the money team
Oh, there you go.
because that's what we lack. I mean, I think I shoot the most. Well, yeah, I shoot the most threes on my team. So, but I like to create. You know, I like to create for others too. So having a shooter, just knock down shooter would help.
They're
a lot.
all 8 of them are shooters. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
like they're all.
it would be no problem because we solid with Dom and Joey on my team because they handle the boards and physicality and all that. So
I would say somebody. Yeah, I like the money team. They have shooters. I would say I would like a two-way player, someone who could drive and shoot, not just sit on the perimeter and shoot threes, and also block perimeter shots and not afraid to challenge inside. Because I remember I went to the rack a few times, and he blocked a couple of my shots, and then came down, dunked it, and then hit some threes. So if I had to choose, I would try to recruit Connor. How do you say his last name? Nally?
Connor Nally, yeah.
Yeah, I would, we've been able to have some good conversations outside of the league, and that's somebody I've befriended. So I'll definitely pick him up. He'll be a nice pickup.
I think Connor was on my All-Star team, right?
Yeah. He didn't come though because he was out of town. So
Yeah.
he's the guy that had all the highlight dunks during the season.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't play that first game against him when he was there.
So for me, I'm picking one of you two guys. Either or would work for me. I'd be happy.
Yeah, that works.
All right, guys, before I end this, I do something which Justin, I didn't get a chance to do with you last time. Top 10 players all time. I love this debate. I hate listening to media. I hate the media. I can't stand listening to guys write about basketball when I know damn well none of them played basketball in their whole lives. So when I ask people this question, I actually ask hoopers, top 10 players in the NBA all time.
All time,
Everything. However you want. I mean, there's guys who will only pick guys from the 90s. There's guys who mix it up. There's guys who only know the players now. So whatever makes you happy, and you think that's your top 10, pick it.
Writing my list down right now.
I mean, everybody say, top players is like Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Kareem. I'm like, man, I never saw none of those players play. And they apparently was averaging 40 points and 20 rebounds. So I can't put them in my top 10, but I mean, I'll have to go with Jordan. It don't have to be in no order, right?
No, whatever you want.
I mean, I would say Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Kevin Durant. That 4. I'll give you one more for 5. I gotta think about the other 5, but it's tough. I have to put Steph in there.
Okay.
So that's
So you got
5.
Jordan, Kobe, LeBron, Steph, and who is the fifth?
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant. Okay, so that's your 5. So I'll let you come back to the other 5. Christian, since you've been writing them down, let's see what you got.
I got 8 right now. So I got MJ, of course. I got Jordan. I got Kobe. I got Shaq. I got Kareem. I got LeBron. I got Steph. I got Durant. I got Iverson. And then I need 2 more after Iverson. If I had to choose like a big from the past that I never seen, but obviously, you know, everyone says they're just so great. If I had to choose between one of the two, it would be like Wilt Chamberlain or Bill Russell. So I'll just say either of those for 9. And then my last one, last one. Oh, I'll say I'll put
It's
Isaiah
tough.
Thomas.
There's so many great players. It's tough.
Yeah.
I'll say Isaiah Thomas because he won back-to-back rings in the Bulls era, right? Where they're dominant. And I feel like he got snubbed off that dream team. And he was a leader of that team, and he was, you know, scoring on offense, getting steals on D, played hurt when he rolled his ankles. So that shows toughness. I like that toughness. So yeah, that's my 10 right there.
Justin, what you got for the last 5?
I would say D Wade, Iverson. Yeah, I forgot about Shaq. That's crazy. I forgot about Shaq.
There's a couple you guys forgot about. That was interesting to me.
Shaq. But I got 8 right now.
Yep.
D-Wade.
I'll put Kevin Garnett in there. And Tim Duncan.
There you go. I was wondering if anyone was going to mention Timmy or Magic.
Magic.
Yeah.
I'll probably replace Isaiah Thomas with D Wade, and then like I'll probably replace like Will Chamberlain with Magic Johnson, and then I just thought about Larry Bird too, but I didn't see him play. So I mean, I heard he was nice though, but I didn't see him play.
I'll replace AI with Magic. I mean, AI was, you know, he a great scorer, but we already got Kobe, Jordan, D Wade. They all 3 won championships. AI didn't really. I mean, he didn't win a championship, but he influential player for sure. You know, he changed the game too, as far as the style and as far as small guys playing. So
it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard to do it. I've had a lot of these conversations. I love the conversation, and to each their own. Everybody has like a different viewpoint because it's like you said, it's like who you saw. You know, I went back and I watched a lot of footage of the older guys playing, and for what is available that you can watch, and they're also great in their own right. But I have the same argument with when it comes to Wilt and Bill Russell. Like when I watched them go and score, 60 and grab 30 boards, but it was against a 6'7" dude, and they're 7 feet, 7'2" or whatever they are, it takes it away from me for a little bit. So, and plus not all stats were being recorded at that time. And there's only 8 teams, it's a little different when you look at it like that. It's like basically Marcus in the post in OCBL. So it's definitely hard to decide, but I think everybody's list is always good. So I appreciate you guys telling me those.
Top 10. I forgot about Dr. J too.
There's another one. That was a fun one to watch, actually. He would have been so fun to watch in today's game, running the floor the way he does.
Yeah.
No bigs in the paint.
He's so linky too. He was like low-key just like Kevin Durant,
Yeah, same body type. All right, so any last swings towards each other before the finals?
Man, I don't have no swings. Justin's too calm. I'm a calm, laid back guy. Justin's a calm.
You both are.
It's hard to take big, but I don't really do too much trash talking. I try to let my game back it up. I don't like how the refs was like. The refs kept saying like, "Oh my bad, I missed that. And that was annoying me. I remember I'm at the free throw line just trying to do my thing, and Justin's like, oh, this Giannis over here taking however long, and he's counting at the free throw line, talking about 6, 5, 4, 3. And I'm like, I know you can't do that. Like, that's a tech. The ref
Nah,
about
I
it.
gotta say, I did that before in another league. So another player, I did the same thing, and they called a tech on me. So I was surprised because the whole gym was quiet too. So I thought he was gonna call a tech on me. I didn't even care at that point because I was already hyped.
That's what I'm saying. These refs, bro. These refs was not on their duty when it came to us. So that was another frustrating thing.
I think there was more shock that I was saying it, so they didn't know whether to blow the whistle or stop the game. So
I missed it. My bad. I'll get it next time. Like that's gonna happen again. Get it now. You missing points on the board. Every point matters. That's a 1 possession game.
man, refs be missing. Refs be missing.
Hey,
Refs be missing a lot of.
Justin, how shocked did the refs look when Vince was talking to him in our series? They got quiet a lot.
Yeah, they was probably scared, you know.
Vince got hot. Vince got hot too.
Yeah.
Vince was talking crazy. He was talking crazy to us. He's talking crazy to Joey.
No,
He
yeah.
said he's the Dom. Yeah.
No, that's what that made the series funny though when you look back on it, honestly.
Yeah.
Joey's another cool guy. I was talking to him after the first game. Y'all all cool people, but the second game, man, it's no friends, man. We got no choice. We gotta win or it's over. So
All right, so everybody, Christen's calling that this is going to be a game. So I want to see more fans in the stands this game. Potential last game of the season. I hope more people come out to watch this because I know it's going to be a hell of a game.
yeah, some people hit me up. You know,
I
advertise.
don't care about no fans, honestly. When the playoffs started, I was like, man, yo, we locked in. Like,
Oh yeah, you had that look in your eye.
we'll come to the game. We ain't got no support. We are on support. So
All right, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it. Good luck to both of you guys in the finals. I'm not rooting for either of you guys. Justin, you just kicked my ass. Christian, you probably would have if I was guarding you in the finals. So, good luck to both of you. I'm rooting for both of you guys, and I'll see you guys Sunday.
All right,
yeah,
y'all.
appreciate
All right,
you,
guys.
Zico, doing this.
Thank you, guys. All right, have a good night.
All right.